Hey everybody, this is Sam Miskovich from Ars Technica, and this is Pac-Man Championship Edition 2, but it's not really the game until it is thump, 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 thumping. There we go. You know it's a modern retro game when it's got something techno music. Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 is the latest in the refreshed Pac-Man line. A couple of Championship Edition games came out for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 in the past 6 years. This is the first for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and PC. You can tell it says A/Enter to start. I could use my keyboard here to start the game, but then it would not let me also use the joystick, which is one of its unfriendly PC bugs at launch. So we're going to go ahead and go to start the game. Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 is similar to the other ones in that it's not taking a pre-made level, getting all the dots, and then having a pause and restart. Instead, it keeps you in the action. Getting all the dots or picking up a fruit can activate a change in the level that you're on. Parts of the level will change shape. This one sort of hops you around. It's a little more dynamic and intense visually. The mechanic is mostly the same, but there are a couple of very big differences. First off, there are now boss battles, in which a chain of levels in a row are extra hard. It's sort of set at the end of the adventure mode. In fact, while testing, I have yet to get enough of the stars to unlock it. You'll get stars for doing different difficulty versions of these adventure levels. That's not the default mode. The default is score attack. Score attack has been tweaked in a huge way, actually all the game has, in that you can bump into ghosts without dying. It's kind of weird at first, but you find it does make sense in the course of the game. Whether you like it or not is going to be up to you, because it does change some of the difficulty and some of the strategies. Meaning, if a ghost is going around and you can see it totally visible, it's not an invisible ghost, it can't hurt you at first. If you tap into it twice in rapid succession, it will turn angry, and at that point it can kill you. There's also invisible ghosts that sometimes go around. These are in the single train mode. Once you head to regular or extreme, you get more of these solid colored full ghosts that can hurt you. To kind of give you a sense of the basics, kind of how everything fits together, the old and the new, let's run through the single train mode for the default simple level. We see a bunch of dots in succession, and we're going to follow them. Just makes sense. We're not going to intentionally run into that guy just yet. But you'll notice it's sort of tempting to just get all the dots. Guess what? You don't have to. As soon as a fruit shows up in these levels, it will generate the next level. Again, forget it. Done. Boom. There's also another mechanic, a braking mechanic that's new, which I will show you when convenient. That map, you might have noticed, the fruit generated pretty much right when it made sense for me to turn in and shortcut my way through the level. As a result, it seems to make sense. But now, here we go. We've done enough of these. We got the power pellet. And now we have to follow this guy. We get a little bit of a gray line that previews where exactly to expect our good friend, the scared ghost, to go. And we see that meter at the bottom of the screen that gives you a sense of how many pellets you need to eat until you unlock enough for the next level. It's kind of nice to be able to glance at that and go, okay, I might need to get the heck to the other side of the level. I will show you another way you can do that. You have a bomb in this game. Boom. I just spent a bomb, and that warped me to what they consider the safe spot. You cannot be eaten or attacked if you hang out in that little safe spot. I've yet to really apply that to gameplay. I haven't really done a lot of the harder levels, and when I have, I've just died and been terrible and stinky and sucky, so I'm not worried about that. Notice that red guy, his train's getting longer, but the invisible ghosts aren't doing anything yet. Let's see if we can catch you. Oh! You'll notice that gray line fractures and splits off in different ways, so it's not always obvious where the scared ghost is going to run. It gives you a little bit of a hint, and you can use some strategy. What I should be using is I have a brake button. If I press X on the Xbox controller, I then get access. Here, let's just get out of the way of all that. Boom. I have yet to run intentionally into the red ghost, the only one that can actually do any harm. Chances are I will naturally bump into it before the end of this run. Because once we get to about the minute mark, things really ramp up in terms of difficulty and speed. There we go. Got it. Did it earlier than I predicted. But you'll notice, he got angry for a second, and now it's fine. It forgot. Break. I do like the break. I think it's a cool, high-level move. However, because I bumped the ghost up, it was floating in air for a second. That means a lot when it comes to maxing out your score, because that multiplier is really picking up as you go and go and go and go. Give me that. I'm gonna eat you. But now, because of this one, the way it's set up, I have not actually filled up the fruit meter enough. I also have missed at least one 1-up, I'm noticing, because you have to get every million points, excuse me, you get one 1-up unlocked. And those are worth a lot of points at the end of game count. Let's see if I can't. Oh! See, if I'd used the break, might have had a chance. Okay, there's going to be a 1-up up here. Might have just seen it glimmer. But now we still need to fill up that fruit meter before we get out of here. So I gotta eat more and more and more. I'm not sure if it needs me to eat them all. It did. That slowed me down a lot. So in terms of making, you know, the A, you get an, you see up there a letter grade. I'm trying to go for A. I've seen people get S when I'm watching online. Oh, that was nice. Go get all these. Boom. Banana. I have been using the jump maneuver because this is an easier mode and I haven't really gotten into trouble. I'll show you some of the harder stuff in which I'd be way more tempted to use those bomb moves in order to survive. But not just yet. First off, gotta eat while the eating's good. Not quite a million. Oh, hey. Hit that guy. Boom. Worth it. Get on my way. And that was a move where I just actually felt like... Oh! Oh, man. That might have been worse. I wonder how close I was to the A score. If I could have just gotten that last fruit. Just one more fruit. Let's see how I did. We're going to get a little... Yep. Look right there. Who knows? Who knows if that would have been the, you know, the few thousand I would have needed to get that A rank. Life is tough. That chart right there showed different point values at different fruit points. By the way, like the others, you can change the maze, the trippy background. I think actually this part's new. I don't recall being able to change these sort of Winamp style animations at will. Also, the characters, you've got your range of different sort of Pac-Man designs. Some are more 3D, some are more pixelated. You can unlock, if you beat the entire adventure of the Galaga set, if you can just beat all of the normal courses, you can get the Dig Dug set. And I've seen a replay of someone using that one, which is pretty cool. But let's back out, and let's try something a little harder. So that, again, the single train. Every single level starts out with that to sort of get the ropes, only deal with one ghost. You want to make things tougher, get ye to the regular section. We're going to get more ghosts unlocking over time, and it's harder. And this one in particular uses the jump pads, and you'll notice they're pointing right now, left to right, but eventually they start pointing in weird ways, and that is a real mind bender. So it's an interesting twist. I like that they added it. And you see already, 2 ghosts. Ready to hurt me. See? Like that. Don't know. You'll also notice I'm going by all these little... I missed it. I did not want to do that. Anyway, yeah, I'm going past all these little green ones, which ultimately bulks up the value when I eventually get to eat them. which is one reason why I might not necessarily want to... Oh, that's real tricky. And the music's getting hyped. Oh, man. I am really struggling to visually read all that. The way that those lines are going, plus just more ghosts, getting all of them a biz. Okay. Yeah, already tough. Thankfully, I got those 2 lines out. And now, because it's honestly just about trying to track these ghosts down. They don't follow the gray lines necessarily the way you might expect. Some of them do very repetitive patterns, and some of them go kind of in different ways than you might expect. And when there's 4 of them going at once and you're just trying to get through this thing as quickly as possible, it can be real easy to lose track. I'm playing real sloppy, though. Which is fine. I'm not here to be the best. I'm just showing y'all what to expect from some Pac-Mania. I'm getting my multiplier up also. You see these tiny numbers pop up with every dot I'm eating. I'm not quite to 500 yet. 500 is a sweet spot. That is the maximum dot value you can get. Alright, let's get that bell. We have yet to be eaten by any of these guys, but I guarantee you that will change before long, based on how not good I am at Pac-Man. This is the one that really messes me up when these ghost lines kind of crisscross around. I'm really getting these guys angry. There we go. Cherry time. Oh, hey. I want that. Because again, those 1-ups are worth a lot, and it's very possible that I will die. But so far, I'm looking a lot more impressive than I expected. I haven't died yet, but we still have a couple minutes to go. Oh, see what I did there? If I just slammed on the brakes, I would have been in a much better position. I really think this is my favorite of the songs in terms of making me feel a little more like I'm in a late 70s, early 80s Namco period. Oh, you see what just happened over there? That is not a static fruit. That's a chasing fruit. Chase fruit. Come here. Come on. Oh, that is just... Because if you take that wrong turn for whatever reason... I'm sorry, that was a chasing power pellet. So, the fruit also will give chase. Oh, come on. Me. It is funny playing games like this, because I do get very contour. Like, I really like to talk about the new mechanics and things, but I also... just get the stinking. I did manage to get another one up there. Hooray me. And we have a really nice outside here. Really nice long streak. Oh. Come to me. Yeah. That's up. Now I gotta eat these jerks. There we go. Oh, no! Oh, that would have been so bad. Yeah, I'm not gonna get that last fruit because I needed more dots for the meter. But I did get all the lives that I could have, I think. Man. Now it said my record was a terrible score because I'd never actually played that level before. I'm not that bad. But see right there, so close to the A. I'm sure that there's just all these little moments you think of after a run like that where you go, gosh, if only I had found the right line, if only I hadn't taken the wrong jump. Because you'll see how astronomical that score gets there by the end. Look at that. And that's a really nice score analysis, which the other games have always offered. So, that is a mix of the single train and regular. We're not even going to bother with extreme. It is just a lot of death. No matter which of the extremes you do, you die after one touch. I'm sorry, you turn them angry after one touch. I apologize. You notice, though, I held up pretty well, and I was able to aggressively bump into the ghosts if I wanted to, but you also see I got punished score-wise as a result. A better player is going to slam on the brakes and really maximize their dot collection to play well. So, let's go to the adventure. The adventure tasks you with completing courses with certain challenge rules. The idea being you need to collect a certain number of fruit, and you get a certain amount of time every time you eat a fruit to get the next fruit. We're going to do hard mode. Normal is super easy. Hard is crazy hard. I'm sorry, pro is crazy hard. But you'll see the timer reset after I get every fruit. You also see that once I fill up that fruit meter, I'm skipping all the other dots, because all I care about is the fruit. Oof. Moving fruit makes this even more brutal. And I do believe more colored ghosts will appear soon. Yeah. You get these little guys out of the way, because again, all I care about is the fruit. Thankfully, I was able to cut that one off at the last second. And that timer is totally refilled. As in, it's not just one of these things where, oh, come to me, fruit. Yeah. So yeah, every time I grab a fruit, the timer just totally refills, and I get a whole nother stab. Now I need to get a power pellet. Oh, I'm sorry, fruit. Sometimes that'll turn into a power pellet. So that'll vary. Sometimes there's power pellet requirements in these challenges. I've gotten 2 stars as a result for that one, which is great, because I'm going to need 10 in order to fight the boss. In fact, let's unlock the boss. Let's do it. We're going to do this together. We're going to stick to the 2 stars. Those are pretty doable, or they've been doable for me. Boy, that's a lot of activity. That power pellet is moving. Give me that. They're all mad at me now. Now this is obnoxious because your timer is contingent on getting these guys. And I am not good at reading the ghost sequence. Now you do, again, like I've talked about, slamming the brakes, like that. I'll do it again in a second. Right now I want to get this guy, and I got 10 seconds. There we go. 5 seconds now. Get all the way across. Come on. Oh, I'm not going to make it. It's all about getting your headspace around directing toward where you think that that gray line is going. Let's try it one more time. If I fail it, then I'll just show you a tutorial version of the boss. Serious face. This is me making my serious face. Okay. I think I'm in better shape. It's because, again, they don't all repeat the exact same motion every time. They've got options. Sometimes they'll do exactly when you expect them, other times not so much. Alright, this one. Oh! And then I pressed the wrong button on the joystick. Alright. We still have... Oh, no. I forgot I need to eat all these. It's not happening. I'm not beating it. Alright, one more time. This time with feeling. This time I will try and eat some of the dots. Oh! I'm not gonna edit it out. This is the truth. This is the real me. This is me in all my glory. Ladies and gentlemen of Ars Technica. Fine. I need those dots. Come on! I feel, you know, like when you watch someone be really terrible on Jeopardy and you shout, I could totally get that right. Or if you watch someone who's never played Super Mario Brothers and get mad, I feel like that is totally happening right now. Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 has some hard stuff in it. So I'm a few stars away, and I'm probably going to spend some time after this unlocking some of these, but I will show you what the boss battle looks like. In the tutorial version, it's a little meek. But we're going to see about getting a perfect boss battle in the tutorial version, which means we have to get every single one up between rounds. Just fast forward that. So, a little spookier, but the glowing pixel guy doesn't actually do anything. But those do get angry. That's an insta-kill situation. And there was a timer running. So, they're not going to kill me just yet. But yeah. Oh, man. That's hard. And I still got to chase that fruit. Now, this is the tutorial boss battle, mind you. Get me started on how hard the real boss battles are going to be. I don't think I can win the tutorial now. I think it's going to tell me that I don't have all the levels, that I didn't get it perfect. Because I need all 10 lives to finish the... And again, I also missed it there too. But, when you finish it, you get a fun blow up the big guy animation, and then a bunch of little Pac-Men run around. I'm gonna let you watch all that. So, oh, I increased it to 10. So, I didn't get it perfect, but good enough for the tutorial, so. God, that'd be embarrassing if I couldn't even get the tutorial terms correct. So, in a nutshell, Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 in action is not doing a ton more than the prior game, and you end up with this bouncing off of ghost system, which I think does change a little bit of the strategy. I do think on some occasions bumping into a ghost is okay, but you also have bombs which let you warp back. I didn't do that very much. I did that right at the beginning because I prefer to just run, and I like to, when you beat a level and you keep those bombs and you keep lives, you get more points for those, and I like to think of those as maxing out, but perhaps a well-placed bomb is going to get you that 10,000 points elsewhere. And then we have the adventure mode, which breaks this sort of stuff down into missions, which is different for the Championship Edition series, which is good. Unfortunately, while we're here, PC mode, I got bad news for you. Here's your settings. Vibration and brightness. That's it. If you want to change resolution, aspect ratio, VSync, 3D effects, or 2D effects, you're out of luck. That's particularly bad news because that means this doesn't scale to lower-end PCs very well. I tried to run this on a very, admittedly, non-gamer machine the other day, the Surface Pro 4, and I believe I got about 6 frames a second. And the game slowed down to 6 frames a second, which I guess you could use to cheat your way to higher scores, as in run automatically super slow in tough ones. I really do hope Namco and Bandai patch that, because I'm not interested in seeing a bunch of PC leaderboards racked by a cheat that's enabled by default. That sort of super slowdown shouldn't be allowed, and I'd like to know that when everybody else is beating the pants off of me on the leaderboards, that it means something. In fact, let's fade out by watching like a really good player. Let's go. Nah, we could do better than that. That seems like a pretty good score. Oh, that's not true. I guess the game's not been out for very long, but we can watch other people play, which I think is pretty fun. And I imagine these sort of downloadable replays, there's going to be a lot of them. You don't really get any neat rewind or fast forward controls, but it's pretty cool that they do include this. So ultimately, I do think this is an interesting twist on Championship Edition. I'm glad that it's out. I do wish there was better stuff in the PC settings, but it's satisfying to me. No multiplayer, but you're going to have to go to the arcade and hit up 4-player Pac-Man versus, or, you know, get the Pac-Man versus that Nintendo and Namco made together for the GameCube and Game Boy Advance. I guess they did a version for the DS as well, which is pretty good. At any rate, I'm going way too far in my Pac-Man pay grade. I'm really glad you guys could check this out with me. Again, this is Sam Miskovich from Ars Technica, signing off by watching people better than me play Pac-Man Championship Edition 2. So long.